Alright everyone, I don't have time to do another sign today. I had some stuff I had to do this afternoon. The Leo reading was 2 hours fucking long worth of video because Leo's living in toxic teenage wasteland, as to who once sang. But, or their person is, somebody is, I don't know. But the energies, but the reboot showed through in that rating for sure. And that's nice to see on one level, because Leo's part of the hot spot of this connection cycle. This is 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me, which we all know turns into 500 cards and 600 bottom cards. But either way, I like to give you all the information. I'm gonna pull right now on the energies. Okay, now we're past the eclipse. So I'm just gonna pull a quick. We're just past the eclipse. What's going on with the energies reading? Okay, we're gonna see what's going on here. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you found it for a reason. Alright, this reading technically is timeless. Why? Because energy is cyclical. Everything is cyclical. Everything is in cycles. Everything is energy. Energy is frequency. Frequency is cycles. That's what it is. Okay? Everything goes around and around. What's happening right now is going to happen again. It'll come around on some sort of a cycle. So technically it's timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all on different timelines. You're all on different parts of the street right now. It's difficult for some people to understand. They can't stop thinking in human terms. You know, time, our clocks, and all of that kind of stuff. Our clocks are just, all we're doing with time, as we all know time, is tracking the spin of the earth and the earth around the sun. Days, months, weeks, months, and years. You know, hours, minutes, all of that. That's just human beings. That's all. That's all it is. We're just tracking cycles. Alright, let's give the deck a shuffle here. Let's see where we go. I haven't done a pre-shuffle, so you're going to get to see it. I'm shuffling right now. Let's go. Alright. What is the pre-shuffle? Pre-shuffle. I have it. Yep, everything's pretty fucking confused. That's where you'd normally come in on the video. Boom, right there. I'd lean over, I hit record. You got to see the behind the scenes. Oh my God. Behind the scenes. It's really just still the same table. The 7 of Cups. It's confusion. There's a lot of confusion. Everybody's different. There's so much going on. There is. I talked to about 4 or 5 people today, not online, offline, just people I ran into. I had to go to the auto parts store, I had to run in, and then the grocery store. I was at Trader Joe's. That was a nightmare. But anyway, they had to go do all of that. Everybody I ran into who knew me, everybody had something different. Oh, I'm not feeling real good today. Oh, I'm feeling great today. The next person is, you know, why people feel the need to tell me they're horny is beyond me. But one person was horny. I'm super horny. She leaned over, she goes, I'm super horny. Really? Okay, that's great. I got grocery bags here. You know, I don't know why people, I must be the kind of person that people want to tell that to. Okay. I'm fine with that. That's perfectly cool. I said I was too. Well, there you go. And then she left with her husband, which was really strange. Okay, if you know, must not be anything going on there. So everybody's feeling something different. Angry, sad, happy, mad. You know, it's like that. It's right here. Yeah, this backs it up. Right there. What's underneath this? Because I always pull a few in the yeah. Everybody's confused and worried. Everybody's walking around, pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning. Why? Because we've got all this nostalgia going on here, right? We're starting over. 3 of Pentacles. This is starting from building from a foundation. This is a partnership. It's new. We're building a rock solid. We have a second chance to do it right this time. Energetically, that's what it feels like, because energetically, that's what's happening. You have a chance to do it again. Your runner has a chance to not run. You have a chance to run this time. Maybe you're the runner now. Maybe you don't want them anymore, and all of a sudden they want you. It can happen that way. It can. Or you come together. That's an option too. Look, 7 of Cups. There's options. When you get a second chance, you're presented with a brand new set of options, and it causes more problems than it's worth. Okay? I give you the analogy all the time of winning the lottery. You've been poor your whole life. All of a sudden, you're rich. That's a lot. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot of options. All of a sudden, everything is an option. It's actually quite stressful. And most lottery winners would tell you that. Yeah, I went from making $400 a week to, well, I got $4 million now. When the world, and the world energetically is your oyster right now, because it's basically the energy has gone back to the beginning of the cycle. Whatever that is for you, whatever the beginning is for you. There was a misconception from a few people that I was like, and I made a point to say that we weren't doing this, that we were going back to November 2019. No, we're not going back to November 2019. The energy that was in the air there is here now, basically, which was the beginning of the cycle that you're all a part of. All right. It's complicated. If you don't have a good grasp of physics and time, it can be very tricky, but I'm dumbing it down to Sesame Street level here. It's pretty straightforward. It is the beginning of the cycle. Forget dates, forget times. It's just you were here, right? And you started here, and you were here, now you're back here. Okay? That's all you got to know. That's it. And Seven of Swords. It is. It's a sneaky deaky card. It's sneaking away in the night. It can be pretty fucking scary. It's a pretty scary energy right now, but it's also pretty magical with the Hierophant here. Let's see. Let's pull a reading. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's going on with the energy. I don't know what I'm pulling on because I'm just asking the universe what's going on with the energy. I'm just playing energy weatherman here. That's all. Because I know a lot of you are kind of fucked up today. Because I know people out in the outside world that I ran into were. Everybody's bumping into things and discombobulated and, all kinds of shit. So I imagine some of you are going through mood swings and not feeling good or feeling good. And some of you are great and some of you are bad. And I don't know. I'm fine. I'm just neutral. I'm only part of the cycle while I'm pulling cards. So I don't, but I feel the energy too because it's the world collective that's sort of resetting back. It's like a 2020 redo in the energy, manifested in by billions of people who were affected by that. Let's see what we got here. The universe granted the manifestation, but it's up to us in the 3D. Human beings and our free will, what we do with that second chance. And the readings have made that very clear, including my eclipse reading, which was all minor arcana on the baseline read. All right, let's go. I got it. 3 cards and a bottom card. I see the bottom card. What's under that? Yeah. And what's under that? I'm just going to take a quick yeah. It's back. I have pulled probably 4 readings since the partial eclipse reading. And I'm just going to show you the bottom of the deck. And remember what I just said to you. I said, here's the universe, God, source, the universe saying, here's your second chance. I've granted your wish. Okay. What are you going to do with it? Yeah, you hear the bird laugh? I'm in the energy right now, and I know I am because I'm going to show you this. What are you going to do with it? Well, I don't know. Some of you, not much, right here. It's 5 of Swords. There's a chance that people will stab themselves in the foot and fuck this up somehow. There is, because it's down to free will. Because there's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to get it right when you get a second chance, right? Imagine the pressure that's on the guy who's got to kick the winning field goal. The time's up. There's a field goal that needs to be kicked. And if he misses, his team loses. It's that kind of fucking pressure that's here right now. And he might choke. 5 of Swords, he might choke. It's a soulmate connection at stake. It's the game. It's the big game. Right? The big game. Right there. It's got to be forward movement. I mean, 8 of Wands. I would say there's communication coming. I would say there is, but I don't know. That 5 of Swords worries me. That's my bottom card. It's going to be crossing the center card here. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure. 10 of Wands is coming up a lot. We saw it. Oh, look. The love geese. The love geese are in the air. I love that. Here's the center card. 8 swords crossed by 5 swords. Okay, there's too much thinking going on here. That's overthinking. That's overthinking. It's overthinking. Just forget. Now, I almost think it's more damaging that I give you guys these weather things, these energy weather forecasts sometimes. I think I'm telling you too much about what's going on in the energy. Some of my friends do too. They think that a lot of people don't need to know this information because they can't handle it. And I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing that some people can't handle it. They don't know what to do. And I base that in part on tweets that I got the other day from a couple of individuals, one in particular who I had to block, who's completely confused about all of it with the reset and whatever, got it all mixed up with Earth time and people and dates and all kinds of. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. Again, it's not something that everyone, as a friend of mine pointed out, it's not something that everyone can understand. Okay? It isn't. If it was, everybody would have gotten an A+ in physics in school. And everybody didn't. And that's the thing. Right here, King of Cups is the next card out. I'll tell you something about the King of Cups. I kicked something. I bag on the King of Cups a lot. I say the King of Cups, we use it a lot in the Twin Flame Deep Soul connection about, afraid to be vulnerable. 1 foot, what the fuck is going on here? Stuff's falling on the ground. Afraid to be vulnerable, 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water, kind of a thing like that. But I'll tell you what, the King of Cups holds the entire Ace of Cups. I've told you that before. The King of Cups can represent a rock-solid love, a very stable, grounded love, okay? It's not a lot. He doesn't always give the full cup. He gives what's necessary, He gives it in doses, sort of a thing. The problem I have with that is the king, because he's a king, male or female, decides what those doses are, okay? As opposed to it being sort of giving the dose based on the level of energy split between the two people. The king withholds a little bit, pulls a little power trip, if you will. Okay, so keep that thought in mind here. The center card here, the Eight of Swords, is overthinking. The energy right now is, and we saw the Nine of Swords already. So we've had the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Swords crossing it. The energy right now is get out of your head. The energy right now does not need you in your head. You don't need to think about a reboot. You don't need to think about the physics behind the energy that's going back, and why Back to the Future is here, and why are these numbers repeating, and why is this happening and that happening. All of that is interfering with what's actually happening, which should be magic, pure magic. And that's your soul, major arcana here, the love energy, the love geese inside your soul opening up. In other words, it's that beginning point of the cycle, that blast of energy, which I usually equate with the Queen of Cups. The universe gave it to me here in major arcana. It gave it to me here as the Lover's card, as two soulmates. Soul recognition. This card can mean soul recognition, two soulmates coming together. Okay? If you're in your head too much, you're going to miss the magic of what's happening right now. And what you're going to end up with is a bunch of mood swings and a bunch of nonsense. And a bunch of, and then you're going to overthink it. And by the time you're done, you'll have felt about as much as Mr. or Mrs. Practical Love. I'll give what I'll give, 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water over here. Okay? It's a powerful love. There's an opportunity here to feel something again that you haven't felt for a while because you've been really messed up over this divine masculine after they ran. After they ran, it hurt you. It hurt the divine feminine's self-worth. Now they've built the self-worth back up. Now the universe has brought the energy back to where it was in the beginning, giving it another dose of love, if you will, a second soul recognition energy, and that's very magical. It's a very magical. You have a moment, and it will make things in your life, whether your DM is there or not, your divine counterpart is there or not, it doesn't matter. You will see things if you get out of your head and you allow this energy to do what it's doing, okay? Because it's there. I can feel it. I know it's there. If you can allow that energy to do what it's doing and get out of your head, shut down your brain on thinking about the rewind and thinking about all of this and all of that. It's, you know, on some level, for a good chunk of you, like my friends think, some of them, well, all of my friends think it's too much, it's TMI for you, okay? There's a lot of physics involved here. There's a lot of things that I've been studying longer than some of you have been alive, okay? I've been studying this stuff since I was 4 or 5 years old. That's a long fucking time. That's 40 years. So if you're younger than 40, it's longer than you've been alive. Most of you were learning the alphabet when I was reading books about science and physics as well, if you're my age, because I started reading when I was 3. But anyway, right here, if you shut down the brain and you allow yourself to feel what's happening in the energy, okay? Feel it again. You'll see the magic in other things around you. You'll see the magic in your own life. Allow it to come out. What the universe is trying to tell us here, I'll move these, with this 8 of Swords, is this is a card of self-sabotage. 5 of Swords. It's self-sabotage. It's crossing the 8 of Swords. You being in your head too much about something that's soul level is sabotaging it. You're missing all of the magic. Okay? You're missing it. And that's it. I could take the blame for that. I perhaps am giving you information you don't. I'm going to keep doing it. But I do want you to know that be careful. Okay? Because you're learning things that you wouldn't normally get to know of what's going on around you. But I think it's important that you know it, so that you know that you can shut down your brain. Because otherwise your brain's going to be going anyway, is my argument to my friends who think I'm telling you too much. Your brain's going to go anyway. It's better for you to know why you're feeling the way you feel. Then at least you could shut down the brain and go, okay, yeah, the energy is rebooting. That's all you need to tell yourself. You don't need to know the physics of anything. You don't need to understand exactly what that means. Just the energy is rebooting. Okay. Get out of your head, because you're going to sabotage all of the magic. The magic is in the reboot here. The Lover's card. The soul. It's a re-soul recognition. You're going to feel what you felt in the beginning. It started with love. And then it ended with someone running and you being devastated and all that stuff. Forget that. We're back to the beginning. Take that energy now and use it. Okay? Use it. The King of Cups. The King of Cups, as I tried to tell you earlier, is a bossy motherfucker with the love. He doles it out how he chooses to give it. You are the King of Cups. You are the King of Cups in this reading. You are the one who decides how you feel and how you give it out. Be the King of Cups. Be the king over your soul, basically, over the love that's in there, over the love that this connection, this reboot in the connection is providing you with. You'll see the magic in life if you can shut down the brain. For those of you that can't, for those of you that are stuck in the 8 of Swords and thinking about this and thinking about that, thinking, I will just tell you, I don't care what you're thinking about. If you're thinking, you're ruining it. Stop thinking. Just shut the mind off. And all that'll be left is pure magic. I'm telling you, take my word for it. I don't care. But that is the absolute God's honest truth. What's happening right now is pure magic. And everybody that's too much in their head is going to miss it. The benefits that it's going to bring are going to come anyway. But I just want you to enjoy it. I want you to experience something. Something that hurt you once before has the potential now to show you all the magic that's around you and have you appreciate everything that's around you on a level you haven't in quite some time. Some of you never, because some of you have always been in your head. Okay? So that's your reading. That's it. It's a very clear message from the universe. The most important part of it is this. This 8 swords is going to ruin everything. It's going to ruin everything. Okay? And it's going to cause a lot of burdens on a soul mate connection, on the soul recognition, the 2 soulmates. It's going to cause a lot of burdens on that. So you're sabotaging. You're not sabotaging you 2 soulmates coming together. You're sabotaging you feeling the magic of what's happening, which is at the soul level. The brain doesn't understand that, and it's louder than the soul, so it drowns it out. You'll miss the whole show. You'll miss the whole fireworks show. The fireworks are going off, and you're down in a valley, and you can't see it behind the trees. You miss the whole fucking thing. Anyway, that's your reading. Take the advice for what it's worth. Okay? I catch a lot of shit when I give readings like this. People who don't understand what I'm saying and this and that. I catch a lot of shit. I don't care. It is the advice that I'm giving. It's my channel. It is my fault that everybody knows so much about this stuff. And for a lot of you, it's good that you do. You're learning something about abilities that you have. Some of you have the ability to read energy, and you're learning some things you didn't know before, and that's great. But for other people who maybe got a D in science and math, it's too much. It's a lot to think about. Okay, I can't Sesame Street it down too much. You know, there's no way I could do it. So don't get in your head about it. Just know that there's a reboot. The needle is moving to the front of the record again. That's all you need to know. Shut down the brain and you'll feel the magic. If you don't, you won't. I can't make it any simpler than that. I can't. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful to you. It sure as fuck should have been. If it wasn't, God help you. But it's really, honestly, I mean that. I don't mean that to sound cocky, but it's the God's honest truth. If this reading wasn't helpful to you, if you're someone in your head, I can't help you. It's the answer is in your soul, not in your head. Your head's going to kill the whole thing. It's going to kill all the magic, and God, that's such a shame. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful to you. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. And if you haven't watched my eclipse reading, watch it. All signs reading. If you haven't watched my November over, the all signs readings are the most important readings I do. Okay? They are hands down where a lot of this information is. Okay? And I know we get a lot of new people, and this might be your first video. If this is your first video, you need to go watch some other stuff so you understand what's going on. All right. Good luck, everyone.